Get fired from your job, don't DM me saying, Asia, can I borrow some money because I done got fired from my job because I use your trick.
Don't know wait on the tonight, I wanna get nasty. Don't know wait on the tonight, I wanna get nasty.
Video, your girl is back again with another story time. If you know my channel, hey girl, hey. And if you're a returning subscriber, I don't even gotta say nothing because you know what's up, I know what's up, we know what's up, and that's on what? That's on period. And Mary had a little lamb. So as y'all can see by the title today I'm gonna be telling y'all how I found out my coworker was not my friend. We all know that you're not supposed to mix the two. Like, friends are friends, coworkers are coworkers, but I vibe with her, y'all. Like, if I vibe with someone, I break all the rules. It don't matter if the man just got out of jail, he got 8 kids. If I vibe with you, I vibe with you. Like, it don't matter if she a co-worker and we wouldn't be friends if we didn't work at this job together. If I vibe with you, I just vibe with you. And that's pretty much what it was, y'all. So let me go ahead and give y'all a little backstory. So this happened my junior year of college, and this was right before I quit Chick-fil-A. If you new here, you probably need to go watch some of my other story times, but I've mentioned in my previous story times that Chick-fil-A was just very toxic and it was starting to take a toll on my mental health. Like, it was getting bad, y'all. Like, I could go into work and if I looked at somebody too long, they was ready to square up with me, because nobody, when I say like all the managers was fake and most of my coworkers did not like me at this Chick-fil-A. So I had went ahead and quit because, like I said, it was affecting my mental health. So I started working at this new spot. We're gonna call this new spot The Spot. So I started working at the spot and I was really excited to work at the spot just because no one is gonna know me there. I don't have to go to work with like a chip on my shoulder, or there's not gonna be any built up animosity. And you know, I was just happy to be in a healthier work environment, y'all. So the first day I started working at the spot, we had like, I think we had like 12 weeks of training, and in my training class everybody was nice. I didn't really know anybody. Then when I finally got on the floor, a couple people looked familiar, but like I said, I didn't know anyone like on a personal level. It was just like a fresh start. So I had like a whole new work family. So eventually, maybe like a week or 2 after me working there, I started to connect with this one girl. We're gonna go ahead and call this girl Humpty Dumpty. And Humpty Dumpty became my girl. And this is rare, y'all, because I know that you're not supposed to be friends with your coworkers. Usually I'm with it, like I'm here. Like, I don't befriend any of my coworkers. I'm nice to them. Like, I'm one of those people that if I see you or I pass you in the hallways, I'ma speak to you, I'ma talk to you, but you know, we just keep it at work. I don't usually mix coworkers with my personal life. But with this girl, I don't know, I just vibe with Humpty Dumpty. Like, I vibe with her, y'all. She literally sat right across from me. So I sat right here. Oh, I do want to mention, y'all, this was a call center setting job. So my cubicle was right here. Humpty Dumpty cubicle was right here, but she worked like across from me, but she was behind me. So eventually we became cool. Like, I would talk to her in between my calls. We would always be chatting it up. We would sometimes do lunch together. Some days when I couldn't, I didn't have time to do lunch, she would buy me lunch. Some days when she didn't have time to go get lunch, I would go pick up her like Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Popeyes. Like, we was just cool like that. And at this time I did do hair. I think I did her hair one time. That was the first time I ever went to her house. And then after that, we just started kicking it outside of work. I ended up giving her my Instagram handles, I think we was using Snapchat around this time. I gave her my Snapchat handles, and yeah, she just became my girl. And she wasn't like the typical coworker. Like, most coworkers, you wouldn't really hang out with them if y'all didn't have like a common interest, like the job. But with her, I could see me like naturally vibing with her like outside of work. So that's why I befriended her. So, you know, maybe like I want to say like this situation, the first situation jumped off like maybe 4 months into me working at this job, and she was already working there for, I believe she was working there for about 9 months, only a little bit longer than me, y'all. So this particular day, I'm sitting at my desk, and it's a Friday, and we used to get paid every Friday, y'all. So that direct deposit hit my account, and when I looked at my account, y'all, I had an extra $200 on my check. So I'm literally sitting at my desk because I had to work on Friday. So I'm sitting at my cubicle and I'm looking at my I'm looking at my phone. I'm looking at my phone like what's really good? Like, what's going on? I'm so confused, y'all, because at this time an extra $200 was like, I really can't explain it, y'all, but I was broke at this time. So an extra $50 like meant the world to me. So I was utterly confused. Like I felt like I was a millionaire. I felt rich as hell when I got that extra $200 on my check. So I'm in my cubicle and I keep looking at my phone. I can't even focus on work because I'm really trying to figure out, like, did they accidentally drop this money in my account? Did we get a bonus? Like, what's really good? So it was another girl that was sat to, I think she sat to the left of me, and we don't really need to give her a name, but she sat to the left of me, y'all, and I was just like, hey, did you check your direct deposit? And she's like, yeah, what's up? I was just like, did you get any extra money? Like, did your check look a little funny or abnormal? She's like, no, my check was the same. Like, why, what's up? And I'm just like, oh, okay, nothing, my check looking a little funny, but you know, it is what it is. And y'all, I didn't really know her like that. She was my coworker, and I would talk to all my coworkers, but I wasn't really close to this coworker, so I didn't really want to tell her my business. And y'all know, talking about money in the workplace is taboo. I know that you're not supposed to do it, but at this time I was utterly confused. I really want to figure out why I had that extra $200 on my check. So I think usually Humpty Dumpty works before me. My schedule at that time, I used to come in at, like, I got out of class at 4. I think I used to come in like at 4:30 to 10 or 4:30 to 11, and I think she used to come in at 2 o'clock. She was also a college student, but y'all, she went to TCC. So boom, this particular day she came into work after me. As soon as I seen her, I was like, Humpty Dumpty, did you check your direct deposit? She was like, yeah, why? I was just like, did we get a bonus, or did your check look a little funny or whatever? Like, did you have extra money on your check? And she was just like, no, extra money. Extra money? What you mean? Extra money? And I'm just like, yeah, like, did you have any extra money on your check? Like, how your check look? And she was just like, no, my check was normal. And I was just like, I don't know, girl, but I got an extra $200 on my check. Like, I don't know. Like, I asked, if she got any extra money on her check, and she said no, and then I'm asking you and you saying no. So I was just assuming that I was blessed, y'all. God blessed me a little extra that month. Or it could have been like a mistake that the financial department made. But then again, God don't make no mistakes. So I was just gonna leave it at that, y'all. I wasn't gonna ask my manager. I wasn't gonna tell anybody else. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't tripping. And like I said, I didn't know where this money came from, but God don't make no mistakes. So I kept it at that. So while I'm talking to her about it or whatever, I was just like, okay, like, I guess I got blessed a little extra this month. I went back to work. I'm doing my thing. She had got like a few calls, and then right after one of her calls, she comes over to my desk, y'all, and she was just like, could you log into your ADP? And I'm just like, why? Like, I told you it was an extra $200. Like, why you need to see my account or whatever? And she was just like, girl, no, I need to see something because we get bonuses every year. Like I said, y'all, I have not completed a full year at this job yet, so I had never received a bonus check, so I didn't know how a check would look if I was to get a bonus. So she logged in to her ADP, and every December, and I think we get 2 bonuses. One comes around Thanksgiving, and then I think it's either Thanksgiving or it's either Christmas of every year. So she was saying that she checked and it would say bonus on the check. So I logged into my ADP for her, y'all. She's looking at all of my information. We get paid the same amount, so I didn't feel like she was like invading my privacy or anything. But she looks and she was like, no, girl, this is not a bonus. It will literally say bonus on the check. So she compares her ADP to my ADP. And I'm just, again, y'all, I'm just like, girl, like, I don't know. I'm not going to question it. God say I deserve an extra 200, then that's what it is. Like, I'm not going to really question it. You know, that's that. So that happens. The whole day go by, and it was a Friday this day. So I don't think it was Monday. I think it was like a few days after that whole situation happened with her. By then, that $200 was gone. I had bills and things to pay. I get an email from my manager. I come into work and I check my email. That's the first thing I do. And I get this email from my manager, and the email reads, Asia, the reason why you received the extra $200 on your check was because you declined your health insurance. So y'all, I'm looking at this email in like confusion. Like, I'm just looking like, what? Health insurance? Like, one, how you know my business? And two, how do you know my business? Like, I wasn't gonna mention that I got the extra $200. Like, how do you know my business? Like, y'all, I'm so confused. So I just responded to my manager and I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. And I sent the email and I looked back at Humpty Dumpty, but she was on a call. So that happened. I wanted to confront her about it, but I was just like, she's literally, her and there's one other girl is the only two people that I mentioned about the $200. And I didn't know if she went and told my business. I was just like, nah, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing. Like, this my girl. Like, we passed coworkers at this point. She wouldn't go and ask the manager about my $200 because I told y'all I didn't know where it came from, but I wasn't gonna question it. Like, I told her I wasn't gonna mention it to management at all. So like an hour passed by and my manager comes over to me and he was just like, Asia, did you need further clarity on the situation with your check? Like, did you need help? And I'm just like, yeah. So he further explained it to me, y'all, because at this time I did not know certain employers would give you cash or like extra money on your check if you decline your health insurance. This is not all employers, but he was just explaining how they do it at my job at that time. And I'm just like, oh, okay, thank you. Mind you, Humpty Dumpty sat literally right behind me, y'all. So once he's talking to me, showing me all the policies and the document and everything, he goes over to Humpty Dumpty and he touches her on her shoulder, y'all. He's like this. He's like, oh, are you good? You good, Humpty? You doing good today? How you doing? You doing good? And she's like, oh yeah, I'm good. Like, we good now. We all square away and we good now. And he walks away. So y'all, I hear this and instantly I knew that she was the one that went and told the manager. But at this point, I still didn't confront her just because part of me was like trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. Part of me was just like, well, if God passing out $200, I want to make sure I get some of that too. And then the other half of me is just like, at the same time, you knew that you didn't get the extra money on your check. The girl knew that she didn't get the extra money on her check. It's not a coincidence that y'all two didn't get the money and I'm the only one got the money. So you should have just assumed that it was what it was. So that happens. Fast forward to like a few weeks later. That was the first thing that I realized that was a little off about her. But again, I took the blame, y'all, just simply because, you know, you're not supposed to talk about money with your coworkers. So a few weeks passed by and I'm at work. Like I said, I speak to Humpty Dumpty every single day. Like, I can't pass my desk without passing her desk. So anytime I come to work, I speak to her. I speak to all my coworkers. Like, it's not just Humpty Dumpty, y'all. Any of my coworkers that pass me during work, I always speak. So this particular day, I come into work, I'm feeling real good. Humpty Dumpty's on the phone and I'm like, hey girl, like, hey Humpty. And nothing, y'all. She don't speak back to me. So I'm thinking like, oh, she just probably on a call. Maybe she didn't hear me. Like, you know, it was a little weird, but at the same time, I didn't really press the issue. So I go ahead and continue working. I log in, I check my emails. I'm working. Fast forward to like 4 hours into my shift. I'm getting ready to go on my lunch break. And we have these little swivelly chairs at work, y'all. So I swivel around in my chair. And before I go on my break, I'm just looking at the back of Humpty Dumpty's head. I'm just like looking at her, whatever, and I'm about to get up. And right before I'm about to get up, y'all, Humpty Dumpty turns around and she's like, what you looking at? What you looking at? And y'all, I'm confused. Like, I'm just looking at her like this. I'm like, is she talking to me? Like, who is she talking to? So she's like, yeah, I'm talking to you. What the F you looking at? What the F you looking at? And y'all, before I can even gather my edges, gather my thoughts, I was just like, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. So she's popping out the mouth, y'all. She's talking loud. The girl is belligerent. She's mad. So she was like, Asia, you don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know me. I'm not the one. So at this point, she was coming at me so hard, y'all. So I start flipping out the mouth and I'm just like, okay, and I'm not the two. Like, am I supposed to be scared of you? So she's like, yeah, you got the right one. You don't know me. You don't know me. You better go find you something safe to do. Find you somebody safe to play with. So now I'm going back and forth with her. And the reason why I was going so hard, y'all, is just simply because she was trying me like she thought that I was scared of her or I was soft just simply because she's bigger than me. Humpty Dumpty is probably like, I don't know, y'all. She probably like 2 or 3 sizes bigger than me. And when I say sizes, I don't mean like in pants size. I mean like, y'all know what I mean. But yeah, y'all, she's bigger than me. So I kind of felt like she was trying to bully me in that moment. So I was just like, all right, like, am I supposed to be scared of you? Like, I don't care what you got going on. I'm looking at you. Like, what you gonna do about it? Like, what's up, the fuck? So me and her are going back and forth, and she was just like, yeah, you got the right one, you don't know me, I'm from blah blah blah. I don't remember where she was from, y'all, but she was throwing up her hood, saying where she was from, and she was getting real loud. And I probably was going back and forth with her for a good 5 minutes, but her tone started to get louder and louder. And y'all, we work in a call center, people are on the phone, I'm at work. I knew that we weren't gonna fight because we at work, so I go ahead and go on my break, and it kind of just blew me. Like, the whole time I'm on my break, I'm annoyed, I'm aggravated, because it's just like, y'all, I'm a Taurus. Like, if something happens and it bothers me, it kind of just ruins my whole day. So I'm just real aggravated, and I'm just agitated as hell. So I'm sure I probably, whoever I was talking to at that time, I probably was calling them and venting to them and telling him how she tried me today at work and blah 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 blah. I remember that day. That day felt so long. All of my customers that I was talking to, I was on the phone with them, giving them attitude just because I was mad about her like trying me. Like, I just could not get over it, because it's just like, I don't know who put your tampon in, or if you push your tampon up too far, but baby, don't take it out on me. Whatever you got going on, do not take it out on me. So I'm aggravated for that entire work shift. Like, she really just blew my entire day. So that's that. So the next day I come into work. This day I don't speak to her at all, because she was just acting stank the day prior. So I don't really speak to her. I speak to everybody else. I'm like, hey little Sally, hey little Bally, like, hey little Dookie. I speak to everybody else, and I don't speak to her, y'all. I look right past her. So I'm at work and I'm working or whatever, and probably like 3 hours into the shift, I feel somebody caressing my hair. So I have on a headset, y'all, and I just feel somebody like just, you know, caressing my hair. And I look up like this, and it's Humpty Dumpty. So she's caressing my hair, and she's like, Aisha, 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 Aisha. And I'm just looking at her like, you off your period? You took your tampon out? You took your meds? Like, what's wrong with you or whatever? So I'm just looking at her, and I'm just saying like little funny stuff to her like that. And she was just like, Asia, I'm sorry, friend. And she gives me this big hug, and she was like, me and my girlfriend ended up getting in a fight yesterday because I found out that she was cheating on me for the 15th time, and blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, girl, it's good, but I don't know what you had going on yesterday, but you was doing a lot. And she was like, yeah, I'm so sorry. I know I took it out on you. It wasn't your fault. My girlfriend was cheating on me. I had went through her phone, and we got into it real bad right before work, right before she dropped me off. And y'all, she just proceeds to tell me about how her girlfriend was cheating on her. This girl cheat on her all the time, y'all. Like, this girl always cheating on her. So this was like no surprise to me that the girl was cheating on her, but this was her first time like disrespecting me like that. So I was shook, because before this, me and her had never gotten into an argument, and it probably was like 4 or 5 months into me working there at this time. So I felt like I knew her well enough. So like I said, she's talking about the girlfriend cheating on her. The girlfriend did that, this happened, they about to break up, she about to get another apartment. So I'm just listening to her vent or whatever. I'm listening to her confiding me, and that's why I was so mad about her like tripping out on me, just simply because this girl would confide in me and tell me all her problems. This girl, like, if she needed anything, like I said, I would get her food, she would get me food. Like, we were getting really close, y'all. So the fact that she just popped out of nowhere like that, I was shook, y'all. I was perplexed. I could not believe it. So that happens. I forgive her. Like I said, y'all, I'm a very forgiving person. If you watch my other story times, y'all know I give people chance after chance. Not no more though, but at this time, back in, what was it, 2017, I used to give people chance after chance after chance, because I'm just a very understanding person. So that happens, and that was the second thing that she did that was just like, yeah, this girl is a little iffy. I should have just kept her as a coworker. But y'all, like I said, I forgave her and I moved forward. But this third thing was like the last thing, and this is when I basically ghosted her and just cut her off. Fast forward, it was March, spring break was coming up, and I don't know about y'all, but I'm the type of person, if I have a vacation coming up or if I want to do something, I don't really care to ask my manager, can I have time off? I don't put in a request and then wait for it to be approved. Like, that's just not me. Like, y'all, I don't do that. Like, flight is booked, clothes is bought, overtime, you need to offer it, because I won't be there. Like, that's just me. That's my motto. I will not be there. You need to offer overtime, and I'm just letting you know that I won't be there. So by me putting my request in, that's just me being generous, because I won't be there regardless. I've always been like this. Like, even with my first job, when it comes to a vacation, I'm going to take it. I don't care what's going on. So like I said, spring break was coming up, and this is I think I gave y'all a story time about this vacation. I should have just stayed home anyway, because that's the Puerto Rico spring break. If y'all haven't watched that story time, I'm gonna link it down below for y'all. But yeah, I was going to Puerto Rico, and that trip was coming up or whatever, and I had already bought clothes, booked flights, started planning like hair appointments, nail appointments, all that was booked, y'all. I was going to Puerto Rico, and my request ended up getting denied. And I should have known this, because like I said, Tallahassee is a college town. Majority of the people that worked at this call center were, I would like to say, they were in college, so everybody had already booked off or took off those same days. So my manager declined it, but like I said, everything is booked, so I'm still going. So the day of the trip, or like right before the trip, I just end up telling my manager that I got a cold and I can't come in, like I'm really sick. And he was just like, okay, just make sure you bring a doctor's notes when you come back. And y'all, I wasn't even worried about it, because I have a friend that make fake doctor's notes. Like, my girl was legit with it. I think she worked in a doctor's office at this time, so she used to give me fake doctor's notes. She used to, any note you need, any excuse you need, my girl got you. Like, if you went to the hospital at 2 o'clock and you missed class, my girl got you. So I wasn't even worried about it. So like I said, I went to Puerto Rico. I went on vacation. I would like to say that vacation was fun, but y'all already know how that went. That's when, what story time is that? I don't remember the story time, y'all, but again, I'm gonna link it. I went to Puerto Rico. I came back from Puerto Rico. When I got back from Puerto Rico, y'all, I was so tired. Like, I don't know why, but I was just extremely tired. I think I got back on like a Sunday, and I had to work on Monday. And y'all, I skipped class that Monday, and I was just really, really tired. Like, I was on the phone talking to people, and I was literally like falling asleep mid-sentence. I was just tired. So I went ahead and pulled out my okey doke. Y'all can use this trick too, but if you get fired from your job, don't DM me saying, Asia, can I borrow some money, because I done got fired from my job because I used your trick. So basically, let me give y'all a little mini story time within this story time. So I had worked at this other call center called One Loan Place. And what happened? I was partying all night. I had went out all night, and my eyes were like drained when I came back from this party, y'all. And then I had work at, I think I had work at 8 a.m. the next day. I went into work, y'all, and I decided to wear sunglasses. I don't know why. I thought it was gonna be okay for me to wear sunglasses to work, but y'all, I wore sunglasses to work because my eyes were like really, really red, and I didn't want my manager to think I was like high or I was under the influence. So I just put on sunglasses, y'all. And my manager came over to me, and he was just like, Asia, like, you can't have that on. Like, why do you have on sunglasses? And y'all, I did not want my manager to see my face, so I lied to my manager, and I told him that I had pink eye. And he was like, pink eye? Oh no, we have to send you home. If you have pink eye, you have to go home expeditiously. Like, we have to send you home. And I'm just like, oh, okay, well damn, I want to go home anyway. So it worked out. So ever since then, that's my little trick when I don't want to work and I need to be sent home rather than me calling off work. That's what I did. So I was doing that little trick, y'all. So I came into work, I was on the phone with people, I was falling asleep. I always keep my sunglasses in my little drawer just in case, you know, I need to be sent home. So I put on my sunglasses, y'all, and I started walking around the call center, and eventually my manager seen me like 2 hours within the shift, and he's just like, Asia, what's going on? Come sit at my office, come talk to me. And I'm just like, I'm really sick still. I have pink eye now, and I'm just drained, and I just feel very fatigued, and I'm just exhausted. So he's like, oh, if you have pink eye, we're gonna have to send you home. Of course, I brought him the doctor's note that my friend had made for me, y'all, and he sent me home with pink eye, and they basically said it wouldn't count against me. And yeah, I went home, and that was that. And I think I didn't come back to work until like 2 days later. I think I came back to work on like a Wednesday, so I skipped 2 days. He ended up telling me I could come back within 2 days because the pink eye needed to be cleared completely. So boom, that happens or whatever. I come back to work on Wednesday. As soon as I come to work, there's a note on my desk, y'all, and my manager's like, Asia, come see me or whatever. So as soon as I get there, I don't even clock in. Well, I clock in, but I don't clock into like the system to start working, y'all. I go over to my manager's desk, and he was just like, Asia, where have you been? And I was just like, what do you mean? I've been sick. And he was just like, apparently to Instagram you weren't sick, you were out of the country. And I'm just like, no, what are you talking about? I was sick. You sent me home. I had pink eye. And he was like, no, word on the block was you were out of the country. You went on vacation when your days were denied. And you provided us with a doctor's note. Did you just go to the doctor? Like, basically, y'all, this man was interrogating everything I had ever told him. Everything was already laid out on his desk. There was a pen right there in front of me. There was a paper basically saying I was written up for you know, skipping work, missing work, or whatever, all of the time that they had approved me. Like, I was using my PCO to cover the days that I was sick for or whatever. Y'all, all of that was taken away from me, and I think I got suspended for like a week. I couldn't work, and my manager was being lenient because he was telling me that he was supposed to fire me for lying about this, but I ended up getting off because my manager messed with me. And yeah, that's the story time of how I found out my coworker was fake. Humpty Dumpty was the only coworker that I had on social media, so I knew that it had to be her. She had to go back and tell my manager that I went to Puerto Rico. I didn't even confront her. I didn't question her about it. I didn't say, hey, did you tell the manager? Because it's just like, there's no point. You the only one that I have on social media, and at this time, I believe my Instagram used to be private, y'all. So there's no way that one of my other coworkers could have just landed on my Instagram page or on my Snapchat and seeing that I was on vacation. She was the only one that knew that I was on vacation because she was watching all my stories, and she went and she told my manager that I was on vacation. And I don't know if she told him about the doctor's notes being fake or anything, but yeah, that's the story time of how I cut my coworker off. And this is why you shouldn't be friends with your coworkers, even if you vibe with them or you click with them. Like, now I work from home now, y'all, but any future job I have, I don't care how vibey I am with a friend or coworker, whatever, it's not going there. I'm never gonna let it get there. I'm not giving a coworker my social media. I'm not hanging out with a coworker outside of work, because at the end of the day, when it's not beneficial to them, y'all, they will tell on you. I don't know if she was trying to like move up in the company. Later, she actually was trying to apply for a new position, but I wasn't her competition, y'all. I wasn't trying to apply for a new position, so I don't know why she felt the need to throw me under the bus, but she did. And this is why I do not befriend coworkers. I'm still nice to all my coworkers. I speak to you, but Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, phone number, hanging out outside of work, never, not doing it. A coworker is a coworker and a friend is a friend. If y'all like this story time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Peace. Mwah.